What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Baby Shack, and I'm here to help you guys become profitable. So today we're just going to be doing a trade recap, as well as taking a look at the standings of all the accounts. So today I made about 1770 across all accounts, and only about, I think, 180 on the XFA account. 186, we're trying to bring that back to zero, and of course above zero, so we can get our first payout, because we've had more than five $150 winning days, but now we have to actually be at a good standing to take that payout. And I was at around $300 when I hit 5 winning days, but there's no point in taking a $150 payout, in my opinion. So anyway, this was the best trade I think I caught today, but I caught a few, and I'll go over the P&Ls at the end of the trade. So coming into the day or overnight, we were just super bullish during the Asian session on Sunday, and we had a gap up in NQ and no gap in gold. So let me get rid of some of this stuff, and you can see right here, pretty easy chart to read. We have a 1 hour break of structure right here. Then we get this, consolidation range, higher lows. And then we get this 1 hour break of structure right here. And this is the higher low that we want to see price hold to then create a new higher high. So this is a 1 hour higher low. And then I think I was also on the 30-minute. So also a 30-minute higher low. And I want to say this is where I was at when I took that trade. So you can see right here, we can just label this our 30-minute break of structure. It's also a 1 hour break of structure. And then we have this imbalance sitting inside of here. So this is the imbalance that we want to see price come back into before we take a buy position. Now, coming down to the 5-minute time frame, you can kind of see that we're kind of going down in a it's kind of hard to say, kind of like a wedge looking pattern. But if we're just going based off of structure, then we can see right here we slightly break higher, break lower, break higher. So this is a 5-minute break of structure to the downside with a sweep. Now I can see within this wave there's no 5-minute imbalances, so once we start pushing up again, I don't really expect a strong reaction out of this area. So once we break lower into this 5-minute, I was now down on the 1-minute time frame, and I believe in here I saw that there was a SMT with silver. So we're going to go to silver real quick and see if we can see that SMT. And if you don't know, and if you're new here, SMT is basically like a smart money, like reversal type of setup. And what it shows is just that price is potentially manipulating in that area to go either higher or lower. So let's see if we can get the correct area. It is right. Let me make sure. Let me put on this as well. That would probably help. The ICT sessions. New York session starts right here. So boom. Yeah, I'm not even sure. I'm not sure. Maybe the SMT was somewhere else. Yeah, maybe it was somewhere else. But there was definitely a SMT trade that I took today. So was it? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was right here. Low, lower low. No, it looks like there's no SMT there. Maybe was it next to it? This is higher, low, higher, higher, lower. So I guess there's a SMT kind of right here. If we place it over here, the specific spot is right here and then right here. So I guess there's a SMT in this area for a potential reversal. And obviously, since this is lower, that means that gold is the stronger SMT where you want to take it. You don't want to take the one that's making the lower lows. You want to take the one that's making the higher low SMT if you're looking for buys. So ugly SMT for sure. But anyways, that's just another extra added confluence to this trade. So you can see start of the New York session, we end up manipulating down. We're taking liquidity inside of this area, inside of that 30-minute imbalance. And let me take the sessions back off. So if gold has been bullish for the entire night, and we're expecting for it to continue back to the upside, we're most likely going to expect a manipulation during the New York session to then continue to the upside. So we know that there's equal lows right here, liquidity, as well as in here. This is a 5-minute breaker structure, no imbalances going down. We also have a few highs that we can take out using liquidity. And going down to the 1-minute time frame, I could see that we were scrunching within this zone. I can't remember what people call this, but basically price is getting very tight. And then right here, we get a 1-minute breaker structure to the upside. We can also go to the 2-minute and validate, I think, a 2-minute breaker structure. If I can find it, where were we? My favorite thing about trading view. Everybody probably loves that. Not really. Let me see. Okay, so the 2-minute is way up here. So we get a 1-minute breaker structure right here. We'll have to settle for that. And now that kind of lets me know that we're potentially going to start flipping back to the upside. So we have a 1-minute breaker structure. We also have a 1-minute imbalance right here, which is going to be my entry for the trade. Or this could be my entry. I think I kind of saw that we kind of were making this pattern right here, and I was looking to see a breakout, and I ended up entering the trade, I think, off of one of these candles right here with my stop loss below the low. And of course I was taking partials on the way up, and I figured we'd get some type of rejection inside of here where this 1-minute imbalance is, because it's also higher up. So this was an easy point to hit break even or even take partial. So I took a partial off at this first high, and then I took one off here, and then I think I let one run a little bit. But you can see that was the best trade of the day. And now we are still continuing to the upside and rallying once again. But as you can see, we're just basically hitting the highs again. So that would not have been worth holding, because by the end of the session, you're still basically at the same highs you had already reached before. So we ended up going into like this channel once again, or this wedge type of pattern. And I caught a buy in here, but I ended up selling because of this rejection back down. But you can see after the rejection back down, we ended up just continuing to pump to the upside once again on gold. Now, as far as NAS goes, we kind of sat in a range for the most part today. Let me go click on the New York session. I think we had some selling pressure, but eventually we just ended up sticking inside of a range. So yeah, we had some selling pressure today, but I'm still overall bullish on the NASDAQ. So you can see we're kind of rejecting off of this key level that I put up here a long time ago. Let me clear some of this. My goodness, that was loud. No, keep them. So we're kind of rejecting off of this key level, sweeping this liquidity as well. So maybe during the Asian session today, or even tomorrow, we may get some type of pushback to the upside. But in my opinion, we're in a range now from this high and this low, and we're probably going to be stuck in here during the Christmas holiday season. And yeah, I think that's what's going to happen with NAS. Now, as far as gold, I think gold may just continue its push to the upside. This is the 4-hour time frame, and it does not look like we are slowing down too much at all. Let's check on the S&P. S&P 500. We tapped into that weekly imbalance, which I was eyeing basically all week. Weekly imbalance sitting right in this area. That was my key zone to look for buys. And once this 4 hour started creating imbalances after tapping into this key zone, you can see this 4 hour imbalance coming in right here. I was bullish. And so even if you just took a buy off of that candle after creating that imbalance, stop loss below the low, you're already well in profit. 1.2 R. Now, that is not the trade that I took, but I took a trade, I think, somewhere inside of here. And not on Forex, but on futures. So I'm out of that now, but I was expecting all of these highs to go. You got these equal highs, you got this high as liquidity, which we just took today. And then you have this liquidity sitting on the upside as well. So once we reach up there, we'll be reaching all-time highs. And yeah, I'm expecting most likely some type of rejection out of here tomorrow, or anticipating that, but we will see what the market tells us. You can see we're kind of slowing down as well. We're starting to get some selling pressure in this range. That's why we're starting to get a bunch of wicks to the downside. We did have this 4 hour sweep inside of here. Let's make sure that's the right thing on the lower time frame. Looks like it so far. Okay, yeah. So that would be a 4 hour breaker structure for me inside of this area. So during the Asian session today, we may see a push back down into this area right here to then see us continue to the upside. We could also see a reaction out of here and then a push to the upside as well. So we'll keep our eyes on that as well. And to go over the standings of all of the accounts, we're looking pretty good. I had another free reset by Top Step, which I used I think yesterday. And that is this account right there labeled Full Port. We hit $1,000 in profit in 24 hours. I locked myself out not too long ago, right before this video. And yeah, this is going to be my account that I'm just going to kind of like high risk on. And then the rest of the accounts are still going to be the regular medium/low risk. But we traded the personal, not the personal, but the Express account today. Finally, we traded on gold. It was such an easy trade. Gold's been pumping, so I was like, definitely let's do it. I almost wanted to full port this, but I know I shouldn't, so I didn't. We made 186 on this one, 99 on this one, 150 on here. Of course, the 1,000 on the full port account, and then 316 on this account, and nothing on the no activation account. So we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts total. 6 are combines. So by mid-January, my goal is to have 5 funded accounts, and of course start getting some payouts on these accounts as well. So stay tuned for that. That's all for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check the link down in the description below, where I teach in a private group as well as a one-on-one setting. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.